You can change the video speed anytime to make it easier for you. Just click the playback speed option in Settings and select your desired speed. The Life of Bill Gates, the story of vision and success. Did you know that Bill Gates wrote his first computer program when he was just 13 years old? That one small program would set him on a journey to change the world. Welcome to this video. Today, we will take you through the incredible life story of Bill Gates. And while you enjoy this story, you will also improve your English. I will introduce some new words along the way and explain their meanings. So, let's begin our video on learning English through stories. Chapter 1. The Curious Boy. In the city of Seattle, USA, a boy named William Henry Gates III was born on October 28, 1955. He was known as Bill. Bill was a curious child. He loved to ask questions and think about how things worked. His parents, William and Mary Gates, were supportive but also strict. They wanted Bill to do well in school and have good discipline, following rules and being responsible. Bill was not like other children. While most kids played outside, he loved to read books, lots of books. His favorites were about science, technology, and great leaders. He had a sharp mind and was always full of ideas. At the age of 13, something amazing happened. Bill's school got a computer. Now, in the 1960s, computers were huge machines that only big companies and universities had. They were rare, not common, and expensive. But Bill was fascinated. He spent hours in the computer lab, learning how it worked. One day, he wrote his first program. It was a simple game where users guess a number. It wasn't much, but it was a beginning of something big. Chapter 2. Meeting Paul Allen. At the same school, Bill met a boy named Paul Allen. Paul was 2 years older than Bill, but they both had one thing in common, a love for computers. They became close friends and started exploring more about programming. They would spend hours in front of the school computer, trying new things and making small programs. One day, the school's computer stopped working. Instead of waiting for someone to fix it, Bill and Paul decided to repair it themselves. They studied the machine and found the problem. The school was so impressed that they allowed Bill and Paul to use a computer for free. This was a golden opportunity, a special chance for them to learn more. Bill and Paul soon realized that computers were the future. They wanted to do something big with their skills, but first, they had to finish school. Chapter 3. Harvard and a Life-Changing Decision. After high school, Bill Gates went to Harvard University, one of the most famous universities in the world. His parents were proud. They thought he would become a lawyer, like his father. But Bill had other plans. At Harvard, Bill continued to work on computers. He studied programming day and night. But something was missing. His passion was not in the classroom, but in building something new. Then, one day in 1975, everything changed. Paul Allen showed Bill a magazine that had a picture of the world's first personal computer, PC, on the cover. It was called the Altair 8800. Paul and Bill saw this as their chance. They believed that soon every home and office would have a personal computer. But these computers needed software, programs that help a computer work. Bill and Paul decided to build that software. Without wasting time, Bill called the company that made the Altair 8800. He told them he had a program ready for their computer. But there was one problem. He hadn't written the program yet. Bill just wanted to see if the company was interested. The company said, "Yes, show us your software." Bill and Paul now had to work day and night to create the program. Finally, after weeks of hard work, they finished it. The company loved it and agreed to buy it. This was a big success. Bill now had a choice: stay in Harvard and complete his education, or leave and start a software company. It was a tough decision, but deep inside, he knew what he wanted. He left Harvard and, together with Paul Allen, started a company. They named it Microsoft. Chapter 4: The Rise of Microsoft. At first, Microsoft was a small company. They worked from a tiny office and had only a few employees. Bill was not just a boss. He was also a programmer, a salesman, and even a janitor, person who cleans the office when needed. Then, in 1980, something huge happened. A company named IBM wanted to make personal computers, but they needed an operating system, software that runs a computer. Bill saw this as a great opportunity, but there was one problem. Microsoft didn't have an operating system yet. Just like before, Bill didn't say no. Instead, he promised IBM that Microsoft could provide what they needed. Then, he quickly bought a simple operating system from another company, improved it, and named it MS-DOS. When IBM launched their personal computer in 1981, MS-DOS was inside. It was a huge success. From that moment, Microsoft grew fast. They made more software, and in 1985, they launched Windows, an easy-to-use operating system. Windows changed everything. Computers became easier to use, and soon, almost every office and home had a computer with Windows. Bill Gates was now one of the most successful people in the world. Chapter 5: The Growth of Microsoft. By the late 1980s, Microsoft was growing fast. Windows had become popular, but Bill Gates wanted more. He believed that computers would not just be for businesses but for every home. So, Microsoft continued to improve Windows, making it easier and better with each version. Then, in 1995, Microsoft launched Windows 95, a game-changing product. It had a Start button, a user-friendly interface, easy-to-use design, and many new features that made computers easier for everyone. People loved it. Windows 95 was a massive success, selling millions of copies in just a few weeks. Microsoft became the biggest software company in the world, and Bill Gates became the richest man on the planet. But success also brought challenges. Many companies felt that Microsoft had too much power. Some even said that Microsoft was trying to control the entire software market unfairly. In 1998, the U.S. government took Microsoft to court, accusing it of using unfair business practices, methods used to compete in business that may not be fair. It was a tough time for Bill Gates, but he stayed focused on his work. He continued to innovate and ensured that Microsoft remained the industry leader. Eventually, the case was settled, and Microsoft remained a dominant force in the tech industry. At the same time, Bill was always thinking ahead. He knew that technology was changing rapidly. The internet was growing, and companies like Google and Amazon were starting to shape the future. To keep Microsoft ahead, he pushed for new innovations, including web browsers, cloud computing, and business software. Microsoft Office became a must-have tool for businesses and individuals, securing the company's place in history. Chapter 6: Stepping Down in a New Mission. By the early 2000s, Microsoft was still the leader in the technology world, but competition was increasing. Companies like Apple and Google were growing fast. Bill Gates realized that his true passion was not just technology, but also solving world problems. In 2008, Bill made a surprising decision. He stepped down from his daily role at Microsoft. He was no longer running the company he had built from nothing. Instead, he decided to focus on something even bigger, helping people around the world. Together with his wife, Melinda, Bill started the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. This organization focused on solving major global issues like poverty, the state of being very poor, disease, and education. One of their biggest missions was to fight malaria, a deadly disease that affects millions in poor countries. They also worked on providing clean drinking water and improving education for children worldwide. The foundation took a data-driven approach. Bill believed that big problems could be solved with research, science, and careful planning. He worked closely with scientists, world leaders, and businesses to develop vaccines and medicines that could save millions of lives. One of the most important achievements of the foundation was its role in fighting polio, a disease that had affected children for decades. Thanks to Bill's efforts, polio has nearly been eradicated, completely removed from the world. But Bill's mission was not just about health. He also wanted to improve education. The foundation invested in better schools, new learning methods, and access to technology for students in poor countries. Bill believed that education was the key to lifting people out of poverty and creating a better future for everyone. Chapter 7. Bill Gates Today. Today, Bill Gates is not just a businessman. He is a philanthropist, a person who gives money and time to help others. He has donated billions of dollars to help people in need. His foundation has saved millions of lives through vaccines and healthcare programs. But Bill has not left technology behind. He still invests in new ideas, especially in clean energy and artificial intelligence, AI. He believes technology can solve many problems, from climate change to global health issues. He has funded projects to develop new kinds of energy that do not harm the environment, such as nuclear fusion and solar power. Even though he is no longer running Microsoft, his influence is still strong. Windows is used by millions, and Microsoft remains one of the biggest companies in the world. Bill's journey proves that success is not just about making money. It is about making a difference. His personal life has also been in the news. In 2021, Bill and Melinda announced their divorce after 27 years of marriage. Despite this, they continue to work together on their foundation, proving that their shared mission is bigger than personal differences. Bill also spends time reading and learning. He shares book recommendations and writes about the future of technology and global challenges. He believes that learning never stops and that knowledge is the most powerful tool anyone can have. Conclusion: lessons from Bill Gates. So, what can we learn from the life of Bill Gates? Be curious. Bill started young, always asking questions and learning new things. Take risks. He left Harvard to chase his dream, even when it was uncertain, not sure. Work hard. Success does not come overnight. Bill worked for years before Microsoft became big. Think ahead. He saw the future of personal computers before anyone else did. Give back. True success is not just about money but about helping others. Never stop learning. Even today, Bill continues to read, learn, and grow. Adapt to change. From running Microsoft to becoming a philanthropist, Bill changed paths but never stopped making an impact. Bill Gates' story teaches us that vision, hard work, and the right mindset can change the world. His life is proof that one person can make a huge difference if they dare to dream big and work hard. So, what is your big idea? What problem do you want to solve?